I wrote something out tonight for a couple of reasons. First of all, because everybody and the staff know I cry every time I talk about my family. It's actually a diagnosed issue. So the other is because Charlene told me I had to try to keep it within a certain time frame because they actually shut this place down. So I'm going to read most of it just to stay focused. I'm a bit of an unfocused person. So like she said, I'm Mike Hopper. I'm the advancement coordinator at Western Mennonite School. And yeah, this year I have 4 of my 5 on campus. And I drive, as I told him earlier, I drive a Prius in. So when we get there, it looks like a clown car. Everybody getting out and with all their bags. But it's, probably the most fun, 50-minute drive I get to make every day. And so when I talked to my daughter originally about the possibility, first sentence, that might be a record. Okay, to Western Mennonite for senior year, I was met with more than one objection. All my friends are here. Maybe if it was my junior year, I'm not sure that I would like that small of a school, and I'm doing just fine. The problem was that I wanted her to be more than fine. She shouldn't be surviving high school. She should be thriving in high school. She was a good student, a good athlete, seemed to be well liked, and by all appearances, she had plenty of friends. So what was it that wasn't right? When I looked in my daughter's eyes, I couldn't see the joy that used to be there. She was mechanically going through the motions, doing what was right, because she'd been told what the right thing was. Avoiding the wrong crowds because she's been told who the wrong crowds were. Investing just enough in people to have them invest a little in her. But she wasn't internally driven. To be honest, it scared me a little. I knew in about a year she was going to enter an environment that presented a multitude of roadblocks, hurdles, and traps that she had never encountered. So I sat down with her and asked her 3 simple questions, with only the instructions being that she doesn't give me the answers. She needed to answer herself. I said to her, as a 3.98 GPA student in all AP and honors classes, are you enjoying school at all? In 11 years in the same school system, do you have one friend that you can completely trust to open up to in complete vulnerability about your deepest hurts and struggles? And I said, as a 2-sport varsity athlete in a 6A school, since your freshman year with multiple all-leagues and all-state awards, who was committed to play Division I softball, can you look back on one season and say, that was fun? With those questions I prayed with her and kissed her goodnight. Unbeknownst to me, she would receive a text that night from a WMS student that read, I heard you might be thinking about WMS, Western Mennonite, and I wanted to let you know that I would love to have you become a pioneer. I left for work the next morning as usual and received a phone call about 10 a.m. It was Maddie, and she said, Dad, I want to transfer. She had answered her questions and knew the right answer for her. Now my second daughter, and this is a whole nother ball of wax, she had already told me that she wasn't even going to consider transferring for her sophomore year. She was doing very well in her spiritual life. She had a great group of friends, and she was perfectly fine. And upon hearing the news that her sister said that she wanted to transfer, she says, well, I'm going then. And for the next 2 weeks, she vacillated on whether or not she really wanted to go, and it was on an activity bus, with her school, going with the basketball team to go play a summer league game when she drove by Western Mennonite on the way to Newburgh. And she texted me and said, Dad, this is where I'm supposed to be. In a year at Western Mennonite, both Maddie and Peyton have grown spiritually, academically, and socially. I watched as Maddie felt compelled to give a note to another student and put another note in the student's mailbox when she felt like he might be going through something, and asked if she could pray for him. I was able to see Peyton experience the loss of her basketball season due to an injury and see her teammates through a different lens. This allowed her to see these players' hearts and how they served God with their personal sacrifice, which for her was a humbling epiphany. And then to see it played out in college. We dropped Maddie off about 3 weeks ago, and Maddie didn't know her college roommate prior to the day she moved into the dorm, and was even a little disappointed that she wasn't roomed with one of the other recruits that she'd already met. Her roommate was quiet but friendly and seemed to have a good connection with her family. Maddie and her roommate both attended a party put on by one of their teammates at the university, and then at the university-sponsored block party. After talking for a little while, Maddie's roommate asked her if she was a Christian. Maddie said that she was and wondered why she asked. Her roommate revealed that her mom was a Christian, but her father's faith is worshiping his ancestors. So she hadn't been to church much, and wanted to know more about what the Bible had to say and find a personal faith. She was really hoping that she could find somebody that could help her that year. Maddie immediately replied, "I can do that." Maddie shared her testimony about how she transferred to Western Mennonite and what a step of faith that was for her, and how that 1 year had deepened her faith, and she was ready to share. She also told her roommate she was going to be attending Fellowship of Christian Athlete functions, was going to church with another teammate, and she would love it if she would come with them. So now, with my daughter being 9 hours away, and the others being basically 9 inches away, my dad heart is at peace. And even though I can't see her every day, I can't talk to her every day, though we do pretty much talk every day, I know that she's more than fine.